News Talk on demand. Interruption-free audio where you want it, when you want it.
I will remain of the utmost professional during this next couple of breaks because in Saskatchewan this week it is Fire Prevention Week, and we sat around as a team saying, well, I think it's very important to talk about this. What can we do? Very sensible decisions from and suggestions from Dave and producer Joel, and I turned around and said, well, personally, I think we should just get someone from the calendar in. Mm-hmm. And we do. Firefighter Jay, Mr. August, welcome to you.
Thanks.
and Don Olsen, who is really, you're the brainchild behind this.
Well, one of the guys that brought it back, yeah.
So tell us, just for those who don't know, there is a Saskatchewan firefighter calendar, raises funds for the Burn Fund, and this is something you used to do back in the day as well.
Yeah, the calendar itself is one of the fundraising activities that we've done over the years, and we did it in the late 80s and 90s, and then it took about a 12-year break, and we brought it back again in 2004, and that's just one of the provincial fundraisers that we do, and there's 8 cities in the provincial burn fund, and they all do their own individual fundraisers throughout the year, and then once a year when we have our annual meeting, we distribute the funds to the burn units in Regina, Saskatoon, and the hyperbaric chamber in Moose Jaw, who we support, and we also send kids to burn camps and that stuff, nurses and doctors to education seminars and stuff. So, but this is this is our biggest provincial undertaking.
Well, and I was going to say as well, there's been a few naked calendars over the years, whether it's people saying, my highway is terrible, let's all post naked in a pothole, if it was the calendar out of Leader. This is the most professional, though.
Yeah, no, we have great feedback from it, and we try to do it a classy job. The guys that are in there, they're all in great shape. They work really hard, and it's all volunteer. Nobody holds a gun to their head, and we put a poster up in the halls, and the guys sign up. We've never had an issue getting guys doing it, and it's a great evening. Then it's selection night, and then it's a keepsake for the guys. They'll always have that. Jay,
it's pretty amazing. I have a husband, but it's pretty amazing. What made you? Did you sign up? Did colleagues volunteer to kind of egg you on? What was it?
I talked to a few guys that did it in the past, and they said they really enjoyed doing it, and yeah, it was a good excuse to get in good shape, obviously, and things like that. Also, it helps the burn fund and good cause and things like that. Well,
and I was going to say, for you and all of the fellas that are in here, I'd want to be 90 and old and looking back to say, yeah, I look like this one day. Yeah. There was a time I looked like this.
Absolutely. It'd be good to show my kids one day or something like that.
Did it feel, we all have that image of firefighters, and it's not like this. It's tough, hard work. Did it feel embarrassing or in any way like uncomfortable when you were doing it, or you just had fun with it?
Well, as far as the selection night, we were all a little bit nervous backstage. And then we had a screen and we watched the first guy go out. As soon as he went out, we all were just kind of like, this is going to be fun. And so, yeah, the selection night was actually a really good time. And then as far as posing for that, it was a little different. It was something I've obviously never done before. But
yeah, it's not exactly a grad photo, is it?
Absolutely not, no.
And the selection night is a lot of fun. It really is well attended. It's held at Casino Regina. And what do you say to the guys, Don, that don't make the cut?
Well, basically, when we're up there, and I say it in front of the 700 people that are there, that at the end of the day, you're all winners. There's going to be 12 guys on the calendar, but whether there's 18 or 19 or 24 or whatever guys that are on stage, they're why we have our charity and we raise funds. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you're all winners. We thank you for coming out, but at the end of the night, there's going to be 12 guys that make it, and the next year, lots of them will come back and try the second year. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the guys that don't make it. You know what I mean?
Do 10 more reps and give it another rip.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And a lot of them understand that. And, it's probably one of those things, if you're going to be really disappointed at the end of the night, maybe it's nothing. Like most of the guys go in and they don't really care whether win or lose. You know what I mean? So, it's but it could be crushing, like to the certain kind of guy, like, it's honestly like, like Jay, for an example, like I work on the same shift as him, and, he was in great shape when he got on the job and stuff. And, but to see these guys, dedicate themselves for 4 or 5 months to make themselves even better, and it's for our job too. Like, guys are always working out in the gym. It's for our job. We try to stay strong so we can do our job good, and this is just kind of like a little extra, you know what I mean, that guys can kind of tune themselves up and diet a little bit, and and raise some money doing it, and it's.
Yeah, I was going to kind of jump here, but given the company in the studio, I think I'm just going to sit in my chair like a little chubby lump of man turd and just kind of let Sarah handle all this.
Well, you guys can stick around for a bit longer. We just have to take a break here, but you've got a couple more minutes you
Sure.
can stay
Okay.
for.
Yeah,
Don Olsen with the firefighter calendar, and Mr. August, firefighter Jay. And we appreciate you both being here. Stay with us. We'll have more with them on News Talk Radio. Well, welcome. We have Firefighter Jay, Mr. August, and Don Olsen. They are two representing this year's Burn Fund calendar that's put on by the Saskatchewan Professional Firefighters Association. Not that I want to get too personal, Jay. You have a girlfriend, I take it, or not?
Yes, I do.
Surely after this photo, does she not want to put a ring on it?
It's in the works.
You can say no comment. You can say no comment. Where's the interest from? Because I know we've seen it all in stores already, Don, but can you buy it online now?
Yeah, our retailers that we have are London and this is throughout the province, is London Drugs, Sears, PV Mart, Pharma Choice, and yes, you can get them online. SaskFireFightersCalendar.com, or you can go to burnfund.ca and get linked to it. But we throughout the year, other than when they're not in the stores, people buy them throughout the province and stuff. But we've sold them from the States. We've had orders from Germany, Australia.
Wow, really?
Few
That far
and far
away?
between, but still, it just shows you where, with the media that people can get on now and the interest, and obviously things can be mailed anywhere. So
Yeah.
but
But
is
as
$20
far away as Australia, that's neat that people are seeking it out.
Yeah, it's in different places in Eastern Canada and stuff. But I kind of thought it was interesting when you get a order from Germany.
Yeah.
So, Jade, are you buying extra copies because you're in this year, or is the family stocking up? What's going on there?
I got tons on the way. I have to supply the grandmother. She's sending some to Boston. We have some
Your
family
grandma's
members.
buying them?
Oh yeah, actually my dad's gonna get them for her, and she's gonna send them away. And yeah, my girlfriend's family, they all want one, and my mom and her family. And
Well, they're obviously
friends
really
and-
proud of you, but what was their response when you said, yeah, I'm going to be Mr. August?
Well, they're actually, a lot of my family and friends came out that night to the selection night, so they did know that I was in the calendar, and they actually all enjoyed themselves too. But they're pretty excited, except when I had to skip some of the family meals, especially my grandma. She wasn't too happy.
Yeah,
about
she wasn't
that.
happy that you weren't having the pierogies or whatever it was, preparing for the picture. That's super. Don, just to remind everyone where those retailers are and how much.
They're $20, and the retailers are London Drugs, Sears, PV Mart, Pharma Choice throughout the province. And like I say, online, great Christmas gift. Buy 2 or 3, give them away. You know what I mean? Somebody's out there getting married. Great gifts for your bridesmaids. Buy 20 or 10 or however many you
A
need.
true salesman now. There you go.
We can sit here and think of excuses all day long as to why you should buy some.
Hey, I'd happily have both of you here if you want to stay for the rest of the hour. Have you,
I'll
Don,
just be
been in
leaving now.
Have you been in the calendar over the years, Don?
If anybody out there has an old calendar from 1990, I believe I'm February or March. I can't remember.
Mr. February or Mr. March, what do you
Yeah.
say, 1990?
Yeah, I believe it was 90. So there might be a few kicking around out there, but
If they're around, I would like to see them, please. Thank you, Don and Jay. Thank you so much for coming in today. Buy
no
your
problem.
calendar. Great stocking filler. We'll have more Round 3 of Roundtable on News Talk Radio.